An old enemy has come back to haunt us.
What up?
It's 9 o'clock at night is what's up. We still up. It's got all these wires that come with it, right? So you can like braid them and stuff and make them look cool. That's what it's all about. Look, no, just kidding, guys.
Moonshine dream, secrets the pines keep. Front porch picking and the whippoorwills cry under that wide open Arkansas sky.
We need to get some things pulled together. We ran out of propane this morning. I got one last little bottle on our big camper. I need to get those things filled up. We're gonna go ahead and grab some gas cans. It was raining a little bit this morning, so it's not gonna be good to work out here till it's too humid. But I still have some of that soffit stuff to do today. And that's gonna be on the agenda. Yeah, how cool is that, man? Well, it keeps you warm. Baby Case had, my wife tried to take a shower this morning and he was out of propane and propane accessories.
Alright friends, so we made it into our little town, which is Melbourne, and we are at Skeeter Beans, saving $60 on our propane. So if you guys are in need of propane and you're looking for a good deal on your small bottles, this is the place to go. Alright you guys, we got back from getting our propane and gas, but check it out. I'm out here with the mama hen. I let her out of the coop with the babies. Look.
All right, guys, so today we have something that is of utmost importance. We need to hyper focus on this because an old enemy has come back to haunt us. Yeah, guys, we've been doing roofing and stuff like that, and then just like any other springtime here in the world, we have storms. I think they say April showers bring May flowers, but we got some of those that we always be worried about. As a matter of fact, some of our friends on the west side of this wonderful state of Arkansas has some of those, and we just hope that they don't come over here again. If you look at our peak right now, you see that flapping back and forth. That may be something I want to get up there and address before we get on this other project. Because this has also been like a stitch in the side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, guys, the little pieces of tape was a good idea in theory, but it's just not enough to withstand the wind. So I just hope we don't get a bunch of adhesive stuck to the panel. Getting a little adhesive on the roof is a lot better, guys, than getting water. Here's what I'm afraid of is we're going to get water on the high side here and it'll run down inside of the ribs of the panel, and we did a real good job sealing it up at the bottom. If it pours down into there, it could be stuck in there for a long time. It could do more damage or get yucca-lucca. I don't need all those problems.
So we've been working feverishly to get all the things in order to do this side, but not yet.
I'm not going to use the roller on it. I want it to stick, but not like you would want it to stick if you were attaching it to a zip board. I'm really just hoping that these storms pass us so I can get my roof done. So how about we get down off of this roof since we are in a storm? Look at that sky. Whoa. I don't even know what to say about that.
Ooh, I love it, you guys. The green is just so refreshing.
Yep, and threatening at the same time.
Yeah, the ticks have been out in full force.
Here's what's going to happen. Skeeters, cicadas, all the snakes and spiders, and the humid, insane heat. With that, though, guys, you get this beauty. It requires all of those elements. Yeah. It's like a really good cake. You can't leave out the sugar. If you leave out the sugar, you ain't got nothing but flour. See, it's not too bad unless you let go and fall. That would be a bummer.
Oh, God.
No, just don't even worry about it.
Now on to what we were really trying to get to today. We did have some lightning and rain this morning. It's just been cloudy all afternoon. Maybe we're going to get some storms. We're not sure. We're hoping they hold off because we do not want to do this project in these storms.
Pine Bluff, Monticello, all the way down to Hamburg, cross it. You've got time ahead of this line. This line has been capable of producing 60 to 70 mile per hour winds.
All right, the storm moved in quick. It's getting dark out there.
A storm is about to hit our homestead, and power outages can knock out our critical tech, such as our desktop, our backup drives, our security cameras, our internet, even our essential equipment like our refrigerators and fans and lighting. But we are prepared for this storm with our EcoFlow DELTA 2 and our EcoFlow DELTA 3. Let's show you how we're stormproofing our setup. A storm is coming, but we're ready. The EcoFlow DELTA 2 is currently powering our office. Desktop, drives, monitor, cameras, everything. And this, the EcoFlow DELTA 3, the industry's leading portable power station with the fastest charging speed, is what we're going to switch to. With grid power, we need reliable backup for storms. The Delta 2 is keeping our office running, but we're upgrading to the Delta 3 for its EcoFlow X-Core 3.0 technology. With its 1,024 watt-hour capacity and its 1,800 watt output, it charges to 80% in 50 minutes, keeping us productive when the grid goes down. However, we believe that the Delta 3 is going to be our storm prep star. It has 5 fast charging options: AC, solar, alternator, gas generator, or multi-charging. With Extreme Tech, it is the world's fastest charging power supply, hitting 100% in 56 minutes via AC or 2 hours with solar. In just 30 minutes, you'd be safe, powering essentials for hours. The Delta 3 is crazy quiet, 30 decibels, just like a whisper. But the Delta 2 is quiet, however, you will hear it. Which is why we're going to switch the Delta 2 from the office to our cameras and move the Delta 3 into our office, because that whisper quiet is an essential. The Delta 3's X Boost hits 2,600 watts versus the Delta 2's 2,200 watts. What does that mean? It can handle more devices. The X Guard makes it water resistant, fireproof, drop resistant, so you're storm ready. And this is where the magic comes in. The Delta 3's smart energy management system, powered by EcoFlow Oasis, can send us a 12-hour storm warning. So we're charged up, something the Delta 2's simpler app just does not do. It tracks your usage and saves you money using the TOU mode. That is the time of usage. The Delta 3 UPS switches to battery in 10 milliseconds. And that is faster than the Delta 2's 30 milliseconds. And that's why we want it in our office. That ensures our data protection and security. The Delta 2's UPS is solid, and we do trust using it, but the Delta 3 is just faster. And that's why we're switching it. Both of these units do expand for longer power outages. Both of them are lightweight at 12.5 kilograms, which makes them portable for the storm preparedness. All right, guys, let's check out the front of this thing here. We can power it on. It's got all the USB-A's and the USB-C's, fast charging. It's typical. Turn a little button on, turns it on. Turn it off, turns it off. Tells us our usage time with how much power consumption we got going on at the current time. It has 28%. We're going to test the charging mode here momentarily. But before we do that, let's just look at this beauty. You got to appreciate something that is as sleek as this. Yeah? Right there is where you'd add your backup battery. All right, guys, and on this side is where we charged up. We got our solar, our AC, and there's the little breaker. So we got 6 AC outlets. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are 15 amp. 2 of them are 20 amp. Sweet. Here's our proverbial cigarette lighter PowerPoint, guys. It's just a PowerPoint. Nobody's lighting cigarettes with that. And then you got this little charge here. All right, guys, so with this you can pretty much power up anything you want to power up, right? And it looks good, which is why we are currently going to be putting this in some specific areas in our home because it looks so good, right? It doesn't look like the units that we got right now, which when we switch these out, we'll show you what I'm talking about. We won't show you the brand, but we'll show you what we're talking about because we don't want to lose our internet. We're just going to unplug that and plug it into the EcoFlow Delta 2 and then plug this into the office. All right. Good job, EcoFlow. Get storm ready and unlock next level power with the EcoFlow's new Delta 3. So if you guys are interested in products like this, make sure you're checking out the links in our description below.
What up?
It's 9 o'clock at night is what's up. We still up. We have a friend, the Jaegers, the Jaeger family. They've been very kind to us, and they sent us the whole home surge protector, guys. This is what we are hoping is going to protect us in correlation with other units that we have, because you cannot be too redundant. There's no such thing as too redundant when you're trying to protect your investment. Out here in rural America, it becomes a little bit more difficult, and you do experience much more surge issues. We've actually already lost a well pump to a surge, and we've lost a computer to a surge, and we've lost other items to that surge. And up to this point, we've only relied on Type 3 surge protection, which works very well, but when they go, and they only take care of the individual unit that you have it plugged into. It's the power strips with a surge protector. That's a Type 3, or the little ones that we have attached to the wall where it's a backup battery and a little surge protector. That's a Type 3. What we're going to install, guys, is a Type 2, and that's going to protect our entire house. And we'll know that it's protected because it's going to indicate when it's detected. And we're super excited to hook this thing up. I don't know how much we're going to get done tonight, but we're going to get after it because we had a surge this morning, we got a big storm today, and we need to protect our house. What I want to do real quick, guys, is show you what I've taken the liberty to set out. All right, guys, so if you don't already know, Mike Holmes is on this box, and he's somebody special when it comes to building. Now, I don't know what all shows he's on, but I know he's on YouTube somewhere because I've seen him. Yeah, and this is the Eaton Complete Home Surge Protection System, and it has a 108,000 amps of surge protection. I don't know if that's a lot, but it sounds like a lot. Yeah, and it also requires a breaker. Now, it doesn't require this double pole 50 amp breaker, but if you want all of the protection that you can get out of this unit, this is the one you want to use. But I do believe you can use a 15 amp double pole breaker as well, but you're not going to get all of the, I mean, why get it if you don't want to use it? You feel me? So, and here's the rest of the stuff. It doesn't take a whole lot, guys. We do have to get into the panel. So we have all of our necessary tools for electrical. You know, we come across the array here. We got some strippers and some testers and stuff, you know, and some other stuff, right? So we're going to be able to get this job done like a pro. Yeah? All right. What I'm not going to do today, guys, is I'm not probably going to shut the power off. But what we can do is prep up our area. We can get this unit installed. It is a pretty sweet unit. It's got all these wires that come with it, right? So you can like braid them and stuff and make them look cool. That's what it's all about. Look, no, just kidding, guys. It's to save your stuff. What we got to do is pick a point. So the idea behind this is to have it as close to the lugs as you could possibly get, so it goes to the surge protector before it goes to any other breakers, right? Because what we're trying to do is protect our stuff. So the soon as it can get to this, is the better off we are. So what we're trying to do right now is determine where on our panel do we want this. My OCD says it needs to be on the bottom, so the letters are correct. But their description and their recommendation says it needs to come out of the side over here, so I can get it right up against those lugs. All right, guys, are you going with me? All right, you guys want to go outside? It is storming. We need to be careful. Let's go. Woo, that's what we want to be careful of right there, guys. See those high winds right there? They create electrical issues. The dogs dug a moat. Be careful. So, guys, we do have an additional surge protector that we were originally going to hook up out here, but I'm not going to be able to do that right now because I don't have enough slots. What I'll have to do is get rid of this plug right here. All right, guys, so this is what we're going to do right now. You ready? Bam. We powerless. Let's go. Luckily, we did not go through and mark all of this stuff yet, so we just pretty soon we're going to have to, because what we're going to find is we're going to forget what everything is, which is something I've already done quite a bit. But what we need to do is move all of these down 2 lugs. Yeah, so I'm going to move this one to here, hopefully. Probably shouldn't touch it anyways. Just to be on the safe side, we're just going to shut them all off anyways. Pull this one back. Yeah. Give her a little tug. That's why you leave yourself a little bit. Yeah. All right, guys, so it's always a really good idea to try to keep all of your electrical as clean as possible. Don't leave a bunch of extra wires, but don't leave too little either, because if you don't know what your future holds, you always want to leave a little bit of slack, right? Because you got to be a little bit like malleable, movable. You're going to have to be pliable, baby. You know what I mean? Look at that. See, now we're going to be able to do this. There we go. Look at that. All right, guys, so we are back in business, but I'm still not going to turn it on. I'm going to knock out one of these knockouts on the side. I'm just going to come from the side over here. I hate the fact that it's going to be so close to my neutral bar, but what choice have I got? I don't want to come from down here. I want to stay as close, because if we can clip these wires, the shorter even these wires are, the better off we are. So what this comes out with is a little, I think they call these a castle nut. All right, we need to get that off of there somehow. So this unit could be installed inside the panel as well. If we could find room to place it in there, you could put it. One of the problems that you'll have is you won't be able to tell if your indicator lights are working to let you know that you're properly protected. But it's clean. Do you feel me? All right, so it looks like we're going to fit just fine, guys. All right, so what we got to do is knock out. There it is, baby. Woo, I'm already feeling protected. They make these very, very easy to install. See that right there? So even if you only have like minimal experience like myself, you could probably accomplish this. But you can also mount it right to your panel just like that. Bama llama, baby! So we want to try to weave this in as nicely as possible. We know the red and the black, they indicate both of our power. Yeah, because it is power in, ground. So this is the neutral. We know this is the neutral side. So we'll hook that to neutral to the neutral. Yeah, we'll just go as quickly as we can, get right to it. It looks like the ground. We're just going to go straight to the ground right here. Then these two, you do not need to over worry about it. Which side which goes on. You just pick the one that you're confident and comfortable with, and you can run with that, baby. We're going to go with the red on the top and the black on the bottom. I think that'll be good. The goal here ultimately is to shorten these wires up as much as possible. That way from here to here is as quick as possible, so it's less chance of you damaging your other components with a surge. Yeah? All right. Let's do this real quick. Part ways with these for now. Okay. This is the ground. We're just going to go in, I think. Yeah. I'll go right back. Just like that right there. How about right there? Does that look good? We're just going to cut it right there. And then we'll strip it. Ooh. Don't worry, guys. That's just my shoulder. All right, guys, we want to make sure that we're taking all this stuff pretty serious. Components like this bring a level of security to our homestead that really can't be matched. Every time we upgrade with something like this, we become more self-reliant, we become more safe, and we protect our investment a little bit more, and that's awesome. Every step you could take, get back like that. We'll get her to go right up in there just like that. Oh yeah, it looks so good. You did a good job. Oh. All right, man. That, my friends. Give it a tug. Right there. Bam! Shortened it right up, baby. The neutral, as you can see, we've been using this neutral. We're just going to bring this down. We're going to make it as short as we could possibly make it. Right? We're going to go straight into there. Bama llama. I like it. I'm going to cut it off right here. Because all that extra right there is just more time it takes for the surge protector to be able to do its job. All right. Maybe we need just a little bit more than that. All right, guys, so we're going to go right here to our neutral bar. I think I probably need to take out more than that. I would like to stay as clean as possible, guys, so I'm going to tuck all these wires, make them look nice and clean. I know that a real Sparky would be like, that's a messy panel, but for what I see mostly, it's looking pretty clean. We'll make sure we're not up on that insulation right there. Bam, we're on the neutral bar. We'll just cut that one off right there. Like that. And then we'll do coming down to there. Yeah. We're just going to cut it there. Did you know these breakers have like a gauge on them? See that? So you go, bam. That's how long it's supposed to be. So we can knock a little bit off right there. See this one right here? Bam. Perfect. We're just going to clean this one up. That way you don't have too much wire or not enough wire. Bam. Yeah? Yeah, it's a little gauge right there on the side. Lets you know how much to put in there. How cool is that? All right, guys, here we go. All right. So the only thing we need to do now is knock out 2 of those slots on the bottom edge of that door. We could put that door back on and we'll see if we protected, yeah? Man, whether you're a YouTuber, content creator, office work, whatever, if you're trying to save your data or protect your equipment, all this super expensive high-tech like gadgets that we own today that we plug into the wall, we just trust the grid. I don't think we should do that, man. That's what these things are for, because you don't have to rely on just that anymore because you have no control over it. What you do have control over is protecting it with super awesome equipment just like this. All right, guys, I'm going to go outside and throw this switch. What I'm going to do is leave my wife here. I'll leave the front door open. And if something crazy happens, she will yell and I'll shut the power off. Cool? You guys stay in here and watch the magic. What we're hoping for is to see 2 green lights turn on right here. All right? If we can accomplish that, we have had a very successful day. Yeah? Let's get it, baby. Where's that flashlight at?